Hi, welcome to your strategy room. In this video, I'm going to briefly explain what entropy is, and then I'm going to tell you about our fight against entropy and why I decided to start strategy room consulting to fight against entropy. You may or may not know exactly what entropy is. Well, you're not alone with this because even the science community cannot understand the concept of entropy with 100% certainty. But the simplest way to think about what entropy is, it's the forces and the impact on any system that wants to make organized things disorganized, or it wants to take the systems from a high energy state to the low energy state. It's the simplest way to think about entropy. And I'm pretty sure you can find so many other resources as to what entropy is, get into its statistical definition, its philosophical definition, and there's plenty of definitions out there. But from strategy and entrepreneurship and corporate management point of view, you can only think about entropy as something that wants to take down the systems that we built. And that's the past end of the entropy, meaning that something that was already generated as a system in the past, now entropy is impacting it to become less organized. But when it comes to entrepreneurship and the corporate management and strategy is concerned, now what we are interested in is its future implications, meaning now we want to build the systems in the future, and we want to maintain the systems that we're going to be building in the future, and then we're going to explore these systems that we're going to be building in the future. So that's where our fight against entropy really becomes visible. Our fight against entropy is visible everywhere. Every single one of us, along with the every single systems that we have built and every single systems that we will be building in the future, will be fighting against entropy. So this concept is everywhere in everything. It's a vast topic. Strategy Room Consulting and all my social media channels, we're going to be focusing on only its implication in the corporate strategy area, and particularly entrepreneurship. And there's a good reason for that, is because the corporate world is just like many of us, doesn't know that this concept exists, and some of its value generation path is not optimized. That would make sense from entropy point of view. And that is the reason why I decided to start strategy room consulting years ago. It's been a journey to discover this. I always knew there was something that needed to be optimized at the corporate level, but I could never put my finger on it until last year. I wrote my first book, The Fight Against Entropy, entrepreneurial entrepreneurial strategy. That's when I was able to put my finger on it, and I was able to explain a lot of the forces, a lot of the results that I see in corporate management world and corporate strategy point of view, that's happening all around me. So, so the mission of the strategy room consulting is to formulate the best possible solutions and strategies that is the most friendly way for any organization to fight against entropy. Because our fight against entropy is such a big and vast topic, even within the entrepreneurial management, corporate management, and strategies point of view, it's still a vast topic. In the next few videos, I'm going to lay out some definitions and some basics so that we can build upon it and then get into how I see the fight against entropy becomes visible to us in the corporate world, and how we can formulate strategies to deal with the fight against entropy first. So in my next video, I'm going to define universal definition of value. I'm going to be talking to you about tridexterity. And then more importantly, I'm going to define the word strategy. And then I'm going to be defining innovation, quality, and some other topics. So don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to follow my next videos. And more importantly, join my YouTube community and be part of the discussion.